Manchester United, through controversies throughout the entire game, through poor play, and Norwich definitely overachieving, we managed to scrape away with a qualification to the next round of the FA Cup. What's up, everybody? It's Aidan Sports Show. Welcome back to another video. Tough times for Manchester United, it looks like. Not necessarily because of the result, but basically before the performance. We see a lot of things that we've seen a lot throughout this entire time of Manchester United. And the key word here is inconsistency. That's what we are looking at here. Too much inconsistencies around all of Manchester United. Our bench doesn't perform, our starters don't perform. Overall, we have a lot to discuss, don't we? So, before we get started, please like and subscribe to the Aidan Sports Show YouTube channel. Turn notifications on, and we'll get straight into the review, reaction. So, if you told me that Manchester United were the better team out there, besides extra time after the red card, I would say you are lying to yourself, to be honest. I thought Norwich were just as equal to Manchester United today, and they rightfully deserve to get a draw for the 90 minutes. And yes, we've scraped away with a 2-1 victory before penalties, before we could get seriously in trouble. But there's still difficulties there for Manchester United. Fair play to Norwich City. That's the first thing I want to say. First half was your half, man. You played a lot better and definitely had the better opportunities. Even though we had the better stats from the eye test, Norwich City was the better team. And in the second half, it was similar, man. It was very, very similar, but a little bit more balanced, in my opinion, in the second half. Ighalo got a goal, Cartwell got a goal, and the red card kind of changed everything for Norwich. But besides that, they were really, really spectacular. And I have to give them credit. I thought this was going to be a picnic, a nice day in the park, have a little bit of a tan on the beach type of game where nothing would happen. We would cruise through. But sometimes Manchester United always finds a way to bring you back into reality that we are not this team that people are saying that we are, that we're not this team that are running through teams left, right, and centre. This win means a lot to me, and I'll tell you why at the end of the video if I remember. This win does mean a lot to me, but I just wanted to say credit to Norwich because they brought a hell of a fight. And yes, we didn't perform, and a lot of people are going to be angry despite the victory, but there's still a lot of positives behind this game. Even if people don't want to admit it, there are positives, but there are good negatives as well, and inconsistency is the main one. If we can't stay consistent, if we go and roll over Sheffield United, but then we can't roll over Norwich, who are well and truly not on the same level, then there are big problems. But a win's a win. It's a cup game at the end of the day, and we had to win the game, and we did, and with the big boys coming out to play as well. So let's get into the player ratings for the starting 11. So going on to Sergio Romero, I'm going to give him a 6. The goal for him was basically unsavable. It was very close to the corner. He could have saved it. I'm not going to say it was impossible, but very, very hard to save. And besides that, he did nothing. I don't want to give him a 5 because he didn't save a shot that was really, really tough to save in the first place. So a 5 is not really on the agenda for me. We'll get to the 5s later. There were some bad players on the pitch today. Speaking of, so Romero gets a 6. Diogo Dalot gets a 5. I could count on both hands how many times that Norwich attacked that side today. And the reason why, and I'm going to say this with Juan Mata as well. You played Juan Mata, who's very slow at getting back on the right wing position. Big mistake, first of all. You do not play Juan Mata at the right wing if you don't have Wan-Bissaka there, because defensively, we've gone missing on that side. Diogo Dalot loves to attack, and for fair play to him, he has every right to attack that ball. He has every right to give a cross into the box. As a right back, that's his job. But he got left out of position so many times that it was basically impossible to say that he had a good game. Even if I gave him a 6, I truly don't believe it was well deserved, just because of the fact he was out of position so often and Mata had no help whatsoever. So because of that, he gets a 5 from me. Not good enough for Manchester United, and honestly, that's a mistake on Ollie more than the player himself. Because I thought the crosses, even though they weren't on target, they're crosses at the end of the day, and we need more attacking presence. So attacking wise, he was okay. Defensively, non-existent. So as a right back, needs to be better. Moving on into Eric Bailly, I was very close to giving him a 5 because he's turned the ball over a heck of a lot in important situations. I'm going to give him a 6 because he had a lot of crucial blocks today. A lot of crucial blocks, a lot of crucial free kicks, all of the above. Like, he was just average today at best, and I think he had a lot of help today because honestly, if that was any other centre-back next to him, and we'll talk about Harry Maguire later, I think Eric Bailly would have easily got a mistake into a goal, and we're very lucky that didn't happen. But he turned the ball over way too many times, and he got exposed, really. This is the thing with Eric Bailly. He's very inconsistent, just like a lot of our team. He's very inconsistent. He can have a fantastic, amazing 10 out of 10 masterclass defensive game. Then another day, he could turn the ball over every single play, make mistakes, run into forwards. And we just don't know what to see from Eric Bailly. I hope for that sake, it's just a little bit of rustiness. And then the next time we play him, he'll be fine. But you expected better, especially when Norwich did not attack for a while. Really, we dominated the possession type of ball, but they played the counter-attack extremely well. Going on to Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire saved us today with that 118th minute goal. It was a very, very crappy goal to score, and Norwich, I feel extremely bad for them because they could see such a stupid goal on their behalf. It was scrappy. It was down and dirty into the and I feel like that's the way Harry Maguire should be scoring goals. Gritty, determined, physical, aggressive goals. And I joked at the preview that Harry Maguire would get a hat-trick. Like, I'm waiting for it. But I didn't expect him to score a goal. No way. And sometimes the things that you say come back to bite you. But this was a positive way in a sense. And I thought he was superb defensively as well, which is where we need to focus on. Absolutely superb. He did get a lot of shots on goal from corners, and that's good to see. Almost got a goal, which Cruel had a fantastic save, beautiful save, and defensively he helped Eric Bailly so much. It was unbelievable, the amount of blocks that he had, the amount of plays where he had to get into Bailly's position because Bailly was out of position, the amount of plays that he had to pass out from the back because Eric Bailly turned it over. Everything, man. And he helped Bailly a lot, and he also helped out all of our defense because we were weak in the defense today. But Harry Maguire was the one positive factor that we could talk about that really, really shone today. I'm going to give him an 8 for the goal. Simple as that. It would have been a 7 because I don't think anybody really was outstanding today. But an 8 for the goal, and he is the man of the match. So congratulations to Harry Maguire. Fantastic goal to save Manchester United. But overall, a fantastic performance. Nothing but love. Deserved, rightfully deserved, the man of the match. Going on to Luke Shaw, and I don't think Luke Shaw had a very bad game at all. I'm going to give Luke Shaw a 7. I thought he was extremely above average. However, attacking-wise, it's a big issue for Luke Shaw. He had some killer balls that didn't get to the end of the opponent, but he's also had a lot of turnovers crossing into the box. I was watching the game with my friends today, and he called out Luke Shaw for his crossing, and it's easy to defend Luke Shaw as a fan of him, but when you have random people that don't really watch Manchester United on a regular basis out there questioning that can he even cross a ball, stuff like that, that's when you start to worry, because sometimes it's the opposition fans that really have the most knowledge on a player. But I back Luke Shaw a lot, and I backed him in the conversation, and I'm backing him now. I think Luke Shaw, attacking-wise, needs to improve, of course, but to say that he created a lot of opportunities is 100% true. He created a lot of opportunities to go a goal. I remember a clear cross, it was a low cross. It took out everybody right to Ighalo, and he didn't go on the end of it. Another one to Pogba as well late on, etc. Man, like at the end of the day, it needs both Wan-Bissaka and Luke Shaw need to focus on their attacking styles, but I feel like Luke Shaw definitely deserves that 7. Going into the midfield, oh, this is tough. Scott McTominay, 6. He didn't do anything. He turned the ball over a lot, Besides that, nothing really. I can't give him anything above that. I feel like Manchester United is the definition of the first half of Manchester United was nothing. Like I could have slept through that first half and woke up and realized that nothing happened. And that's sad because you expect Manchester United at all times to be entertaining, but this was boring and it was not entertaining. And at 5 a.m. in the morning, you want something to happen, otherwise you're going to get cranky. And I was a bit cranky today, I'm not going to lie. Going into Fred's the same for me, 6. Just an average performance, really. Nothing special, nothing spectacular. He wasn't the same Fred that we're used to seeing. But again, we're expecting these players to attack. We played a 4-3-3 today, but it did not look like it, man. I know we attacked a lot in terms of possession, but my goodness, we created little to no chances on goal. And that's a big problem, especially when you have Bruno on your team and you don't do that. It's a big problem. 6 for Fred. I can't remember. I genuinely cannot remember him being on the pitch. And that screams volumes, doesn't it? And maybe I'm just a poor fan that doesn't pay attention. Call me whatever you like. If I can't remember him on the pitch, then he wasn't nothing special. It's as simple as that. Going into Bruno Fernandes, someone that I did remember was on the pitch today, but for the wrong reasons, because he was not good today. I think he was dreadful, and I'm close to giving him a 5. I'm going to give him a 6 because it's not for the lack of trying, and he did have some good shots on goal, but he does not look fit. He looks tired, man. Maybe it was a mistake to play him today. I said it in the preview that I think he's going to stay because we need the mentality of the team to stay the same. And maybe that was just not a right thing to do. But look at the players that also played with Bruno Fernandes. And that's a big issue as well. You had Jesse Lingard and you had Mata, who one's not pacey enough to go and attack, and the other one did nothing, non-existent. It's frustrating, man, and that really affected Bruno's game for the longest time. The best part of Bruno was extra time. That's saying something, man. You're telling me that Bruno Fernandes had 90 minutes to make an impact, but his best play was in extra time. Not good enough for Manchester United, man. A lot better needs to be done. You cannot have one of the best players have his best time in extra time. You're leaving it way too late, and that's partly Bruno's fault as well. Everybody's at fault for that. It's not just Lingard and Mata. It's not just Ighalo. It's everybody involved. And there needs to be more. Now, speaking of, we've got a lot to talk about. I'm going to start with Juan Mata because I already know what I'm going to give him. 5. Did not do anything. Had a fair few passes, ticky-tack passes like Juan Mata does. I love Juan Mata, but Ollie made a huge mistake playing Dalot and Mata on the right side. 2 players that could not get back on defense, and 2 players woefully out of position constantly. Mata cutting in to the midfield all the time because he knows that he cannot outpace anybody for the right wing to go and create any opportunities. So he has to cut in. That's what Juan Mata does. Dalot, he's the one that's actually on the wing playing right winger. So where's the right back? A lot of the times Dalot had to come back, and he couldn't do it in time. And that left side for them, our right side, was attacked constantly, especially in the first half. There's a reason why Dalot came off for Brandon Williams. There's a reason why Juan Mata went off. It's not rocket science, guys. We know, and Ollie knew, but Ollie made the mistake of doing it in the first place. And for that gives Juan Mata a 5 because maybe he was an average player. Maybe he deserves a 6, but the position that he played and the effort that he went to getting back was not good enough, and therefore he gets a 5. Even if it's not his own fault, that's just the way the cookie crumbles, man. A 5 is a fair score, and I'm sorry if anybody disagrees with me, but I feel like 5 is very, very, very worthy. Now, Jesse Lingard. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jesse Lingard got an assist. But the most irrelevant player on the pitch today. I hate being this fan. I hate being the player that goes and disrespects people. I hope if any of the players see this, and it's not likely that they will, but if they do, this is constructive criticism. I know I'm going a little bit too harsh. It is a game that we did win after all, so I don't want to be that player, that guy that just goes and says dreadful things. I'm not going to go and attack them as a person because it's the football that matters. But he was irrelevant on the pitch today. He had one good opportunity where he took on a few players, but most of his shots got blocked. Most of his passes got turned over. He runs a lot, but at the end of the day, all of our team ran a lot today, so he did not stand out whatsoever for me. So I'm going to give him a 5.5 because he got an assist. I think 6 is too much because if you're telling me he was just average, I think that's a lie. I think he was below average today, and I even think he knows it. I think deep down he knows that he is below average, and he needs something to get him motivated again. I don't know what it is, but I truly have faith that Jesse Lingard can contribute for Manchester United. 100% in my heart, I believe, whether it's off the bench, whether it's starting in some games, whatever the case may be, I truly believe Jesse Lingard can perform in some sort of way for Manchester United. So we need to find it. We need to find that light, that spark for him. And this was not the game, unfortunately. So a 5.5. I don't like giving points, but I feel like he doesn't deserve a 5 because he actually contributed in a way with his chest to Ighalo, but he just didn't deserve a 5. He probably does deserve the 5 as well. He doesn't deserve a 6. So, yeah. And Ighalo will get a 6 as well. Usually, with someone gets a goal, I'd give him a 7. But Ighalo was non-existent today. No service to him whatsoever besides the goal. He turned the ball over a lot as well. He did contribute to the red card, so that's very good on him. He had probably the most impactful plays in this game, but again, our team was just too non-existent for me to give Ighalo any higher than that, to be honest. And that kind of sucks, you know. It's sad. But Ighalo did what I said he would come out to do. I said he would score, and he scored. He didn't have much of the ball. He didn't have many opportunities, but as a number 9 should, he was there at the right time, at the right moment, and he kicked the goal. And it was a beautiful goal at that. It was difficult as well, the way he had to shoot it. But a goal's a goal. It went down the middle. Krul could have saved it, but he didn't. Goal. Great job. And that took us to a 1-0 lead at the time. And that's the team. That's the player reviews. Let's go to the bench. Obviously, we had Mason Greenwood. Let's start with Mason Greenwood. Mason Greenwood, in my eyes, was probably the best substitute to come on. But I'm going to give him a generous 7 because at the end of the day, he didn't do much, but he created a lot of threatening opportunities, a lot of step overs, a lot of he made Norwich fear him, really, and that's positive things. By the 7, Luke Shaw was better because Luke Shaw's the other player that got a 7. But Greenwood, for the time that he had, made a good impact, and I'm very happy for him, man. I truly am. Next up, we'll talk about Marcus Rashford. Now, Marcus Rashford for me is a 6, and he's honestly a generous 6 because I feel like Marcus Rashford was not good either. But to say that he got a 5 is too cruel. Like, he did not deserve a 5. So 6 is fair for me. Didn't do much. He turned the ball over a lot. He did actually catch a lot of balls as well. Good crosses. Kicked it over the bar so many times. And that's what Marcus Rashford did today. I think when Marcus Rashford comes off the bench, I feel like he's so demotivated. That just might be my opinion. But I never see Marcus Rashford have a good game off the bench. Never. It's always when he's starting, he has the good games. Off the bench, never has a good game. I don't know why. Maybe that's just me overthinking things. Again, I like to pick the little things sometimes. And maybe that's just the little thing that I've caught and to just ramble on about it. Anyway, next up, we'll talk about Brandon Williams. So that's 3. Brandon Williams got a 6. Actually, I'm going to give Brandon Williams a 7. Instant impact when he came on with our defense. He saved a goal, a potential goal-saving tackle, and he showed great defense. and he could have had a little bit of an offensive threat as well. Unfortunately, no offensive threat from him, but that goal-saving tackle alone gives him a 7. Well done. I'm very happy that he got game time. Who else came on? Who else came on? Paul Pogba. So that's 4. Paul Pogba. I think Paul Pogba gets a 6. Again, I don't think he did anything necessarily wrong, Paul Pogba. I don't think he didn't get much game time. He got well and truly half an hour. So let's give him the benefit of the doubt. He had a little bit of good opportunities. He missed a very, very wide open header, but no turnovers really. Didn't put a foot wrong. But to say that he got a 7 is tough. It's just not. He didn't get a 7. 6 is fair for me. Maybe it's a high-end 6, but it's definitely a 6. I don't want to go any further than that for sure. And yeah. So let's see who else came on. I know Martial came on, but there was someone else that did come on. And I'm trying to... Nemanja Matic. Big boy Matic. Yeah, Matic gets a 6 as well. He did pretty much the exact same thing he did against Sheffield, but just with no time, really. He always played when people were trying to attack, when Harry Maguire went to attack, when Brandon Williams went to attack Luke Shaw. He covered them, doing what a CDM should be doing. But you can instantly, even though he got a 6, you can instantly tell as soon as he came on, the game changed. The sparks happened. Attacking football came back. And... I am really worried about that CDM position, and Matic might be able to do it for the next 2-3 years, but after that, maybe it's only 1 year, I'm not sure, but after that, man, we're going to seriously have to invest or try and promote Scott McTominay into that role. Otherwise, we're in serious trouble, because as good as of an attack as we have, we're not going to play attacking football if we don't have a CDM that can hold it. So... yeah, Matic gets a 6 and Martial gets a 6 as well. Had a clear-cut opportunity that he did not get. I think Martial had a few opportunities really to score, and it just either got blocked or he scuffed the shot. So, yeah, 6 is fair. And that's the team. Ollie, I'm giving you a 5 for your player rate, for your team management, and the performance of all the players. 6 at best. I think that's the average. It's around 6. But Ollie gets a 5. And just for that right-hand side, he gets a 5. I think we all know better. I can't think of one person that thinks playing Mata on the right wing is a good idea. You should have benched Bruno if you were going to play Mata. There's a reason I didn't pick Mata. And I well and truly knew Mata was going to be an option for this game and most likely going to play. But you should have rested Bruno if you were going to play Mata. I think everybody was fine if Bruno took a break this game, because in the end, he didn't end up playing very well either. So what was the point of playing both of them together, having one of them on the right wing, probably the wrong one as well. Mata should have been cam, and Bruno should have been right wing. But either way, both of them are not natural right wingers. Both of them ended up costing the game a little bit. And Mata especially, I know we didn't concede a goal when Mata was on the pitch, and that's fair enough. That's fair enough. You could say that if you want. But Mata was a poor choice today. And either Mata or Bruno should have not played. One or the other. You could pick which one you wanted to play, which one you didn't want to play. But both of them together should not have played. And, yeah, it's clear. It's clear, man. It's a Premier League side at the end of the day. Premier League side. Norwich might not be a great Premier League side, but... any Premier League team is good opposition. And we saw a good fight today from Norwich. We saw counter-attacking football like we do. We saw that. We saw a good goal from them. We saw them attack the spaces that we gave to them. And we ended up getting costed from that. Yeah, the game went to extra time. The red card, we'll talk about the red card. Ighalo basically did a heck of a turn from Ighalo, and the guy had to take him down. Clear goal-scoring opportunity, was probably going to score from that opportunity, and a red card was given, and Norwich had to park the bus from then on. Now, it's time to talk about what I said originally at the beginning of the video. This game means a lot to me, but it's not for the right reasons. I'll give you the positives first. Manchester United won a very tough, grueling game. That's a positive. Manchester United did not take this to penalties. That's a positive. Manchester United, when our substitutes came on, looked a lot bigger of a threat, especially with Matic. That's a positive. Brandon Williams played very, very well. That's a positive. Harry Maguire scored a goal to save Manchester United. That's a positive. Here are the negatives. Norwich outplayed us in the first half and the second half. Those two were negatives. That goal should have not went in for Norwich. It should have never happened. That's a negative. There's probably more. Let me just keep thinking, you know. Okay, here's one as well. Fred and McTominay not connecting together. Big negative. Big negative. And one game. It's only one game. Let's not get out of proportion here. But these two together were bang average. And I hope we could see more of that. Jesse Lingard, negative today. Probably should have not played on the wing either. He's not a winger. He never was a winger. He probably never will be a winger. He is better as a 10 or a false 9. That's his position. If you were going to play him in any of those positions, you might have seen better out of Jesse Lingard today. A winger? Maybe he believes he's a winger. Maybe some players and fans think he's a winger. But as a winger, I didn't see much out of him today. Yeah. And also, too many shots off target. We had, in the first half, we had 0 shots on target, 8 shots, and none of them were on target. Big negative. Those are the negatives. This game means a lot because it shows that we are not a complete team just yet. Our depth is questionable. It is questionable. There are some players that we all love and want to keep, but at the end of the day, we have seen today that some players are not good enough. And if that was any other team, if that was Sheffield United today with that team, Sheffield United probably would have won that game. And we have to face this head on. Again, don't take my word as gospel. This is only one game. And we've still won, and there's still positivity around Manchester United. Strolling around. We are steamrolling with positivity. There's still a lot to talk about. We were exciting in that extra time. We were exciting at the late part of the second half. And that's when the big boys came on. That's when our players were on. So I think our starting 11 is getting closer to the perfection that it needs to be to go and challenge for a title. But we need more depth. I feel like maybe next year might not be the year. But after that, we need to develop and build a squad to perfection. Squad depth needs to be a must. And in hindsight, winning against Norwich with squad depth with a B team might not be so bad after all, but I felt like we probably should have done more. Anyway, that's going to be the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching. Harry Maguire saves Manchester United. What did you guys think of the game? It's half an hour video, so I'm surprised. If you guys stayed till the end, let me know in the comments. Say that I stayed here till the end. Anyway, have a wonderful and safe day. Take care and peace.